Hello guys, how it's going on? This is Pulkit on this side, and today we'll be building this YouTube clone, right? So now this has a lot of features. So before we start, I'll give you a brief demo of the YouTube clone which we'll be building. So first of all, this is the home page in which the key features of us. I'll tell you the key features which are like users can also upload the videos and also watch those videos. We have authentication also. So I'll give you a brief demo how does it look. So first of all, let's start with the logout. So if you click on this avatar, you see this nice this thing pop up, and then you have the sign out button. So if you sign out, then you get this create account thing. So let's sign in for now. So for example, so now if we are signed in, now we are signed in, right? So we have an access to this. Now we cannot if you are signed out, for example, then we cannot access our home page also, right? So I'll just sign in, and then here you see your videos. For example, I click on this video, so I get this video, right? I can also play this, watch this, and if you want me to add the watch count and the subscribe thing, and then the like button, dislike button, then the target is for 50 likes. If we reach that, I'll be doing that. I'll be uploading that video also. So let's start with uploading a video. So if you click on this plus icon, you'll get this pop-up up here. So I'll just select in file. So for example, I'll select which one. Okay, for example, this one only. So if I say here our video for demo, right? And then you can write any description. Hello guys, then right, and then here you can select your thumbnail. Then for example, if we select this thumbnail, and now let's upload it, right? So you see here you get this nice loading thing, and then once it's loaded, it will and as you can see, our video gets uploaded. It also shows you the time a few seconds ago. If the time changes, it will also change. If I click on this video, now we get a different video to play, right? And you see here a different video. The audio is also fine, everything's going fine, and here you have this full channel name here. For example, if I click on this video, which is a different channel, you get another guy from iConquito. Then if I click on this video, we have show more and show less function also in this video. For example, we have very long description. So if I click on show more, you'll see this, and show less. Here also you can navigate through sidebar. And another thing I forgot to show you is this. You also have a preview channel option, right? So preview channel. So if I go on this, so as you can see, our channel also gets displayed. For example, if I go from a video by iConquito's channel, as you can see, we see since he has already uploaded one video, that means you only see one video. If we logged in, let's log in with his account. So I'll just open an localhost 3000 from iConquito. So I'll just say iConquito@gmail.com, and password is Pulkit. That's not obviously my real password. Okay, it says email doesn't exist. I might have spelled it wrong. So okay, anyways, let's create a different account then. Let's name what should we name? YouTube demo, right? Then here let's just give an email address of it@gmail.com. Then we have this. Then let's create an account. Show password. If the passwords do not match, then it will show an error. It will say password do not match. Then you have pretty much more errors also. If the email already exists, then also you'll get an error. The user won't be able to create an account, right? So let's just create this account. We have also got this loading screen, and then boom, you see this, right? So now let's upload another video. I'll upload the same video. There's no sense of uploading different videos again and again. I'll just have to find that video from another account, right? You can write any description over here, doesn't matter. So I'll just select in thumbnail. So I'll go through, I'll just select which one should I will get okay, let's select this thumbnail. and sorry for the noise guys, and I'll just upload this, and then just wait for some time, and then you get this video over here, right? Boom, you get this right here. So if I also open with my different account, the original account which we have created, as you can see, we get this hello this video from another account, as you can see, the from few seconds changes to 3 minutes ago, right? The times is also working. This is what you will be building, and here also if I click on this, I just see only one video, right? So here for this account we have multiple videos, so we also see multiple videos, right? So you got this logout option. This is what you'll be building in this videos. So this video might come in parts or might not, I have no idea, I don't know, it depends on how long the video is, but I think it will be in two parts. But if it is in parts, the next part will definitely come within another week. It will definitely come another week, right? So if you're excited and if you want to build this, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's continue. Before that, also I want to let you know again, if you want me to add a subscribe feature, the views, real-time watch count, and then the like and share thing, then our target is 15 likes. For example, if you want the like button, share button to be functional, then our target is for 50 likes, right? So if we reach that, I'm definitely uploading a video, and let's start working on it now. So guys, all you need to do is open VS Code or any other code editor you want, and then open an empty folder. Inside of that empty folder, go to your files, then go, not file, I think edit, okay, we have view. Inside this view, click on this terminal, so it will open this terminal for you, or also you can press Ctrl+J, and in here you need to execute this command, npx create react app, and the name of your app. In our case, that was Gmail clone. So I already did that. That's why I have all of these folders. You won't have the start. After executing this command, you'll get all those folders, right? So this is the only thing I have done till now, and now let's get started, right? So now inside, first of all, we'll do a cleanup. Okay, before that, now once you start execute this command, okay, 1 second, yeah. Once you execute this command, just say here yarn start, or if you are using npm, then just say npm start. It's most probably npm for you, but if you're using yarn, I don't have to explain because yeah, right? So here, okay, we'll wait for some time until the application loads, and if you see this React logo, that means everything's going perfect, and now we can start so now we can start creating our application. So I need to go back to VS Code. Inside of there, first of all, we'll do a cleanup process. In this, we'll delete some unnecessary files or files which we don't need. For example, the setup test.js, report web vital, logo.svg, then app.test.js and app.css. Delete all of these files, and then inside of our index.js, remove this here, and also remove this import statement. Save that, go to our app.js. Inside of app.js, remove all of this, and just say here h1 of an hello, and instead of importing these, just import React, right? So import React from React. Now save that, go back to the application, refresh, and as you can see, we see hello written over here, right? So now this is all you need to do. Or if what also you can do is you can remove this file, manifest, logo, and this icon. You can remove all of this and keep only index.html. Inside of this, you can clean up this, remove all the comments, not this body, yeah, div. We don't have to make sure you don't remove this div, because this is the reason why our application is working, or else it won't work then, right? So remove this also here, and then you're good to go. We have done the cleanup process. That's all we need to do as a cleanup process, right? So now we can start working on our application. As you know, it's gonna become that React is component based, so we'll create another folder. We'll name it components, components, and inside of here we'll create another folder. We'll name it header, So we'll start with our we'll first create a basically like the only we'll write all the HTML CSS first, and then we'll start writing our JS, making our application logic, adding the JS to it. For now it's gonna be just HTML and CSS, right? Once we do that, then we are gonna move once we are done with that, then we will move to our basic this thing logic there with the firebase stuff. Then inside of a components, create another file, name it index.js. If you are already been working a React for a long time, then you might know the reason I'm creating index.js, or if you don't know, don't worry, I'm gonna explain it later, because if I explain right now, it won't make any sense. Then inside of a header, create another file, name it header.js, and then here and create another file, name it styles.css. Now what I need to do is go to your extensions. Inside of your extensions, search for ES7, and then just download this extension right here, right? So once you install that, go back to header.js, just type rafce, and this will create this functional component for you. Just say h1 of an header here to make sure that it works. I know the spelling is wrong. Header, and then go to app.js. Instead of this, let's just import our header, and let's import it from our components. Import header from dot slash head components slash header, right? Now save that, and now we should see hello written there, right? Let's refresh, and as you can see, we see our hello appears up. Sorry, not hello, our header appears up, right? Great. So now since now we know that we have now connected to a component, so great. Now the next thing we could start, let's give some basic style. So instead of this, let's give it a small a, and then go back to your index of CSS. Inside of index of CSS, remove all of this. Inside here, just say body to give now here we'll give font family of Roboto. We'll just also add that from our Google Fonts. Once we write this, then we are gonna give Arial, Sans, and you can give this or anything else you want, right? Then you can give overflow X of hidden. Also guys, I won't be writing all of those styles, because if I write all of those styles, the video is gonna be way too long just writing the same kind of a CSS all there, and CSS is not that important also too. So I'll be just copy pasting the CSS, most of the CSS, but will be short, definitely explaining you, right? So just so that it doesn't waste our time, because in a Gmail clone also I felt that I wasted a lot of time just going through the CSS, right? So the videos was actually way too long, right? So inside now here I'm just gonna say font size of 14 pixels, right? So now to our all, this basically like select, it gives it now whatever this stars means to everything which is inside of this, to everything, and just give a margin of 0, and a padding of 0, so it will remove all the default styles that the browser gives. And then to our app, we wanna give display of flex, and then also here we are gonna give an color of white, color of hashtag FFF, and then a background color hashtag 181818, right? This color, right? Save that. You should see this kind of color. As you can see, we see this. Great. So now let's start creating this header. This header you see right here. Let's create that. Okay, before that, let's get some this fonts also. So just go to fonts.google.com. Inside of here, okay guys, do one thing, just go to my GitHub repo and copy these two fonts. I'll just go to I'll just copy these, and I'll just paste this right here. Just copy this, no unnecessary, it's not like it's waste of time just going through all of those fonts and just searching for those and adding to that, right? So just go to my GitHub repo. Inside of index.css, you will see these two links here. Just copy and paste it, right? Great. So now let's start working on our header. So go back to header.js. Now inside of your header.js, we are gonna first of all here we are gonna give a class name of header. Then here we are gonna say header __ left dot header, underscore underscore left. This is the emit. I'm using emit, which is allowing me to do this, and also I'm using an extension called prettier. On save it, whenever I save it will automatically format my document, right? So inside of here, also one more thing we need to do, we will just use we'll use an library or package called materialui.com, which is similar to Bootstrap. Like the way Bootstrap works, it's kind of a similar to that, but it's just for now in this material UI just for React and TypeScript, right? So here what we'll do, here just need to execute this command and also another command. So we will use this library to basically we are just gonna use this for our two things, which is gonna be our icons. So if you wanna see their icons which you have, just go to material.com/component/material icons. Go to this, there are a bunch of this thing. Just select anything you just go through anything you want, and then just okay, this thing's not working. Let me refresh. Yeah, so here if I click on them, then they give the import statement to you, and you just copy that and call it inside of that. Anyways, so here, so we'll be also gonna use this thing. The reason we are, so this is basically the icons, and we are also gonna use core here, they say this thing here. So this thing, what this will allow us to, if you go inside of your buttons, like let's go through this and just giving an explanation. As you can see, if I just import by saying these three things, it will give me this kind of a button, right? I don't need to write all the CSS again and again. So this is the reason we are using button, and also for much more other styles too. For example, if you need this kind of an input, right, as soon as I click, it gets in blue color, the fill thing all goes upwards, right? So you don't need to always write them, so write them again and again. So just better to use material UI, right? So to use that, what you need to do, go to your application. Inside here, just open another terminal. If you're using npm, just type npm install, and okay, spelling's wrong, install, and here just say @material UI /core and @material UI /icons, right? Do this thing, but I'm using yarn, so I'll just say yarn add. So yarn add, and then just enter. Now it will add material and core and icons. Also guys, I suggest you to download this thing yarn, add this yarn to your PC, because the reason I'm saying, I don't know if it happens with everyone or only with me, but npm works way slower than this. If I execute this command npm, it will take more than 5 minutes. Every time it takes more than 5 minutes, and yarn doesn't have 15.14 seconds. I won't do that anyways. Okay, let's start. So here so we'll have a menu icon. So I'll use auto import for React. So if I just hit enter, as you can see, it automatically imports from our menu, but it should be icons here, not code, right? So it will automatically import that, and here I'm just gonna say class name of header underscore menu icon, right? Menu icon, and just it has to be self-closing tag. And here now also you need to do one thing, go to my GitHub repo. Inside of this src folder, you'll find another folder name is assets. Just download that and add that to your project, inside a folder, src folder. I'll do the same. As you can see, this is here. So these are just the dummy dummy photos and the videos which you're going to use for now, until we make this functional. Till the time it is started, we are going to use these are a bunch of the videos that I found downloaded from YouTube and all those. So it might be different for you. Anyways, so videos might be different for you. Anyways, so here I'll just say image, and here I'll say class name. Inside of this class name, I will have an header underscore logo, this class name, and the src is gonna be logo. I'll just say logo here, and I'll say alternative of YouTube, right? Self-closing tag. And now we need to import our logo. As you can see, it says logo is not defined. So now we'll import that, and I'll import it from here. Now if I save that, I think we should see our logo appearing up. Refresh. Okay, why it's not working? Let me check. Okay, must be some issue, small kind of an issue. I'll just So I just reran the terminal, and now as you can see we are image and this nice logo appearing up, right? Great. So now let's start working on our rest of the things. So first of all, we're writing all the HTML, and then we'll move on to CSS. So here we are gonna have another div. Here we're gonna name header underscore center. Header underscore center. Inside of this we are gonna have a form first of all. Okay, inside of header underscore center we are gonna, okay, this not have to be, this no need to have it as a div, we can have just normally an form. And inside of here we are gonna have an input, to which we are gonna give a class name of search. We're gonna give this class name of header underscore input, and a placeholder of, one second, yeah, and a placeholder of search, right? So the reason I'm not using material input is because this is kind of a plain input, and like we don't need the material features here, and material also does not give this as this kind of a thing. We need to override those styles. It's better to just create another one, because we're not using any JS, it's just plain CSS, right? Anyway, so here we're gonna have a button. So inside of this, down here we are gonna use this thing, this plain button from a material UI, just because the reason we are using because is key. One second, yeah. So we are using this because why are we using this? Because this is exactly what we need for a button. This is the reason we are using. Sorry, yeah. So inside of here we are gonna have header underscore button. We just need to modify it a bit. Inside of here we're gonna have a search icon. Inside of the search we're gonna give a class name of header underscore search icon, right? Save that. And the reason I wrapped it inside of a form, because if I hit enter, because if we implement a search functionality later on, if I hit enter, so it won't search it. So you need to have a form here, so that on enter press, it will automatically search that, right? So we need to also import it, make sure it's imported in, like you import it, and then we gonna have our right here, which we have our icon. So here I'm just gonna say header underscore right, and then inside of here we're just gonna have few icons, which are video call, where's a video call here, and then here we are gonna have our apps, and then inside of here we are gonna have our notifications icon, make sure you import it, and then here we are gonna have our avatar, right? Save that. You should see these things up, our icons appearing. As you can see, we see our icons. Great. So now let's start working on it, right? So here let's go to our styles.css. Inside of our styles, are we importing header styles? Okay, first of all you have to import our styles.css, also import /styles.css. Save that, go back to styles.css. Now inside of here, first of all, to our header we are gonna give an display of flex. One second, I'll just get this. So display of flex, what it basically does is key to all of this child component, which are header underscore left, center and right, it will align all of them to horizontally, right? So if I need to explain now, to for example, these are aligned randomly, right? So all of these would be aligned in this this direction, horizontally. So if I remove justify content here, if I just save that, and now as you can see these are aligned horizontally. The reason this thing is not aligned is because we are not because is okay. The reason it is not aligned because these are the child components of this thing. Like this is the child component of right, header underscore right. So this thing won't display flex giving here, it won't make any changes inside of this style, these here, right? So that is the reason it does not work. And justify content space between it will, what basically does is do it key, it will expand all, it will make the space, it will it will all expand all of these to the it will like expand all of these threes to all, like they will cover all the amount of all the free space that is available for them. They will occupy them equally. so they'll have a space in between them, which will be divided equal, which is depends on the total amount of free space that is available for them, which in our case inside here it's 100%. What we'll do is key, I'll remove and display flex from here. We need this later. I just remove this for now, and now it covers fully this thing. It covers our whole of our app, this thing with, and as you can see it lines in a 3 different this thing rows, right? Great. So now let's work on rest of the style. So here to our header underscore left, we are gonna given display flex and align them centrally, right? This is align item center is self-explanatory. I don't need to explain you. Moreover guys, align item center and justify align items and justify content only works if you are using display flex, or else they won't work, right? So now we'll to our header underscore right, we are gonna give a display of flex, again the same thing. So what we can do, we can have it in a one line also, we don't need and repeat these. I'll just remove this, and now you can do this. So as you can see, now this is also aligned horizontally, right? Great. So here now we can give a width to our logo, width of 100 pixels. It will, as you can see, it gets reduced. So here now to a menu icon, we'll give an padding of 20 pixels. It will get, as you can see, this it gets padding. Nice. Yeah. So one second, it's to, yeah, here. So go back to our application now. Inside here to our header underscore right. So what this basically means is inside of our header underscore right, apply to all of those child components it has, every child component that header underscore right. This thing, this arrow, this sign here, greater than sign basically means ki apply target all of those child components, and what they need to target is everything. If I just give a particular class name, so it will target that class name inside for header underscore right. So this cursor pointer, it will give a margin right of 20 pixel, and since we are these are SVGs here, the logos are SVGs, to increase their height or a weight, if it so to and maintain the resolution, to maintain the resolution, and with that increase their height and width, use font size for SVGs, right? If I use width and height, the resolution won't be maintained, right? Now the last thing, we need to work upon this, right? So here let's work on that. So first of all, to our header underscore center, we are gonna give a display of flex, align this item centrally, and will also justify content center. So the reason we are using flex grow 1, what it will essentially mean is that it will occupy all of those space that is available for it, right? For example, if I give a background color of red, so background color of red, right? If I save that, now you see, now it occupying all the amount of space that is available for them. If I give it a padding of 20 pixels, it will this thing is gonna reduce, right? So it basically occupies all the space available for them. And guys, if you still do not understand, just go on YouTube or Google, just search for display flex or anything you don't understand, because there are people out there who can explain even better than me, right? So just save this. Now to our input, we are gonna give these styles. So here we given width of 50%, so it will occupy the 50% of width that is available for it. And here we given height, background color, padding left, outline none, border 1 pixel, same basic styles, and these basic styles converts this into this, right? So this is what it looks like now. So here just see these normal styles converted from an ugly looking input to this input, right? This is what it is. So here now to our button, we are gonna give this height and then background color of this thing 331 and border radius of 0. One more thing guys, I forgot to explain you one thing. So this thing VH basically means is key, it will occupy the 8.5% of 100% height. Basically what VH means is whatever the user is viewing, like whatever the height of the screen is. For example, this is the height from here, from our header to here, right? Okay, I don't need to do I need to get deep? Okay, so I'll just use this. So from here to here, right? So this is the 100% view height, so it will occupy 8.5% of the total height that's available for it, right? That is what 8.5 view height means. The same goes with WH, so it will occupy the any amount of width which you give, right? Great. So here save that. looks better. Now let's just give a small style to this icon, which is will reduce its opacity. So here we can reduce this opacity by saying this, and then boom, we are done with the header. That's it, nothing much. And now we can start working upon a sidebar. Right now let's start working on them. Great. So go back to the application. Let's follow the same drill. We're gonna say sidebar. Inside of this, create another file name with sidebar.js. Here do the same alias. Guys, get used to it. If you use React, you every time have to do it, right? So here we'll just say hello here, and then we'll give in styles.css here, styles.css, and go back to app.js. Inside of here, and import a sidebar. Make sure you auto import from components, not from material UI, right? Material also have one kind of sidebar. Okay, now we should see hello written there. As you can see, we see our hello, and the reason the colors are different because it is the color which we are giving to app, and this is to a header. Right? Great. Now let's go back to our sidebar.js. Now let's give some. Now let's start writing all of this basics HTML. Guys, if you think I'm going too fast, you can write you can suggest me to go slow in the comment section, or is it fine? You can do you can suggest me whatever you want. I'm just still growing. I'm not a big YouTuber till yet. I'll reply to each comment you send me. So, and moreover, if you don't understand any single thing, you can always write those in comment section, or if you want to personally DM me, then an Instagram link would be available in the description box. Still, if I forget to do that, I won't forget, but still the ID is pulkit_g18. You can anytime DM me, right? So here I will give a class name of sidebar. Sidebar, then instead of having h1 of an hello, we are gonna have sidebar underscore buttons. Sidebar underscore buttons this way this way, and then here we are gonna have another class name which is gonna be sidebar underscore button. Here we can just here we just gonna say sidebar underscore button, and then here we are also gonna have we'll add another class name which is gonna be a sidebar underscore button, which is active. So the reason we are giving an active over here, because as if you go back to our own application, as you can see, this kind of a selected effect is only given to our this home right, home one, right, home thing, right, what I'm saying, only home one, right? So this is the reason we are doing here. Inside of this we can have an home here. So and to this we're gonna give a class name of sidebar underscore icon. This is the home icon, and then here we'll just say we'll give an p tag of home, and if you go and just auto import that. Now as you can see, now this thing works. So now we'll just copy paste it couple of more times, and just remove active from both of these here, right? Some of you who already know a bit of React might be thinking why I am not using props here, or like using another file. The reason I'm not doing so is because these are just 3 or 4 things, right, sidebar. So I don't want to just create another one and pass all this prop. Like I just felt this is good. This is not a much big. These are just 4 or 5. We just copy 4 or 5 more times, right? That's fine. So here. You can, if you want to do with the props, you can do also the same thing. It doesn't matter. So it totally depends on you. It's up to you. You can also add this to a portfolio. I'll have no problem, right? So here we have a fire kind of an icon. So the name is what shot, I don't know. Yeah. So here inside of this we have we'll just say trending here, and then here we'll have an subscriptions icon. Subscriptions, and then here also we are gonna say subscriptions here, right? Save that. You should see 3 more icons appearing. Great. So here as you can see, now this is kind of a divided into a section, right? You see this here. So now we need to create another one kind of it here. So here we'll have an outside of this here sidebar underscore buttons. Here we are gonna create another class name which is gonna be same sidebar underscore buttons, but since this is an bottom one, so here we will give another class name of bottom, right? So okay, yeah, so we're gonna give this. I know the spelling's wrong. Yeah, so here inside of this, now you can just again copy paste all of this. right? Here paste it, and here inside of this say just video library, and here just say library. Okay, so this has not to be active over here. Remove this active and then copy paste these couple more times. Then here we're gonna say restore. Okay, not here, it has to be restore over here, restore icon. Here we are gonna have our, we just say history here, and then here we are gonna have on demand videos, which is gonna be our your videos. The icons name and p tags are different, that these icons are the material UI which they have given. Obviously they don't have to match with these names, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so here inside of this here we're gonna have an watch later. So watch what, yeah, so here we're gonna have an watch later icon, watch later, this one here. Here we are gonna just say watch what I'm doing, yeah, here we're gonna say watch later, and then here we're gonna have an thumb up icon, thumb up icon, and then here we're gonna say liked videos, right? And here just do add one more time. Here we have an expand more icon, just make sure you auto import it, and here just say show more, right? Save that. Now go back to your application, you should see bunch of these appearing. Now let's style those. Okay, so first of all, now import dot slash styles.css, save that. Now inside of styles.css, first of all, to our sidebar we are going to give an width of 300 pixels, this kind of a this background color, black kind of a background, and then height of 95.5 view height. As you can see, looks much better, right? Exactly. So here we'll have an sidebar. Oh yeah, here now we'll just let's style a button. So to our button we are gonna say display of flex, padding of 8 pixel, 20 pixel, cursor pointer, and alignment of center, nothing much, as you can see, right? Here then to our inside of a sidebar button, where we have an icon, we're gonna say opacity of 0.5, and inside of a and to a p tag we are gonna give an opacity 0.9, font weight of 400 are important, right? Now we need to distinguish between active one and the another one. So what we are gonna say, we are gonna give an this kind of an color to our active, and also sidebar underscore icon, like we're gonna give them opacity of 1, right, to our active and our icons. So here, right, so here now inside of our on hover we're gonna change the background color. To do that we are gonna as you can see, the on hover, these background colors are same, right? So what we can do, we can on hover, like whenever the user hover on sidebar button, we give this background color, and also to our active. Save that. As you can see, okay, I think I spelled somewhere wrong, that's why we don't see for our active. Let me check. I'll go back, I'll just copy this. Okay, I spelled it wrong. Save that. Now we should see, as you can see, we get this, we also get this, the opacity, right? Great. So now let's style our buttons. So first of all, let's do our sidebar icon. We'll give a margin right of 20 pixels, and then to our sidebar underscore buttons, we are gonna get a margin more than 20 pixels and a border. So this will basically distinguish between both of these, right? Great. And the last thing, okay, so this is what and also to our bottom we are gonna give a margin top of 10 pixels, right? And just added kind of a margin up there, right? Great. So now we are also done with the sidebar. That's it, nothing much, right? So since we are even done with this, now another thing we could start with is this thing, main. I call this main because yeah, you can call this anything else also if you want to. I know I name things pretty much weird, but you can give names according to you. That's not an issue. right? So now let's work upon that. Okay then guys, let's get started with creating this. Okay, go back to your VS Code. You're gonna follow the same drills here. So inside of here, we'll create another folder and name it main. We are gonna use props this time. If you don't know what props or what prop it is, what are props, then I'm gonna explain it. Don't worry. So I'll create another file. I'll name it main.js. So I'll just say rafce. Here I'll say h1 of main. We won't have much things inside of our main going on, and inside here I'll create another file. I'll name it styles.css. Right, I'll go back to my app.js. Now guys, as you can see, now what I'll do is I'll just change a bit of a app HTML here. As you can see now, these are like horizontally aligned, right? A sidebar and this thing. So what I'll do, I'll go back to my app. So inside of my app, first of all, instead of giving a class name of app, I'll just change it to home, and then inside of here, I'll just say I'll create another class name. I'll name it app. This one, and I'll wrap my sidebar inside here, and also my main. Make sure you auto import it. Right, save that, and now go back to index.css, give it a display of flex, and then to your home, remove these from background color and color from here, and put it inside of our home. Save that, go back to our application, same thing, right? Didn't made much difference, right? Great. So now we can also, okay, so now let's start creating this. So as you can guys see, most of the thing over here is being repeated, right? Basically the basic HTML and CSS are same. The only thing we are changing is the content, right? For example, this names, the time here, and our video, this thumbnail. So we are changing this. So the way we do it, I'll tell you now. So right, first of all, also remember we created this index.js file here at the starting. The reason we did it here, as you can see, we have to import header main, like to import this, we have we need to create this other separate 3 lines, and eventually when an application gets big, you might have 15 or 20 lines of these import, right? So instead of that, what we can do is just come inside of index.js, just say export default as, okay, it has to be inside of here, export default as header from /header /header. Now if you save that, go back to app.js, remove this import statement here, and instead of this, import your file from, one second, okay, it's not, audio was not working anyways, so we'll just say import header. It is now not an default export, and we just say components, right? So it will automatically take that index.js file here. If you don't name any file, then it will automatically get that index.js. As you can see, it says index automatically here. So now this thing changes it to just simple one line, right? Go back. Now as you can see, now things are same, right? It didn't make any difference. You can do the same thing with sidebar and all of our rest of the components, so we'll do it quickly. So here let's say side, instead of, I'll just say sidebar here, and then here I'll just change it to main, right? Save that, go back to app.js, import all of these even from this here. So as you can see, this thing changes into one line, right? Now save that. As you can see, now this became just one line, and doesn't make any difference. Your application is still same, right? So this is the only reason we created this index.js file, nothing else, right? Now let's start working on main. So here you can just give a class name of main. So guys, as you can see, I already told you that the content is same. So basically what we are gonna do, I'll create another file here. I'll name it video thumbnail. I'll just say video thumb.js, like basically to preview, you can change the name. I know the name pretty much weird. I'll just say h1 of an hello in here. I'll say spelling is wrong, anyways doesn't matter. So here let's say video thumb, I'll import it from here, right? So now what, okay, so now as you can see now videos, now what if, okay, let's do not focus on displaying the different content. I'll explain you how to display different contents later on. But what if you wanna display hello multiple times, 10 or 15 times? Two ways you can do. One way is just copy paste it over 15 times, right? But then it doesn't make any difference of having it over here, like having it over here or in the file. Doesn't make any difference, right? So here what we can do, I can just copy this and paste it multiple times. Wait, as you can see, boom, we get these things right here, right? So how to like now as you can see now it only depends on total amount of videos we have. It does not have any like default or maximum amount of videos it can show. So the way we do it, I'll also display the different content. I'll tell you later. You'll get confused also. We are not using it at the moment, so don't worry for that. But instead let's work upon this. So now if eventually our files gets bigger, for example it's 100 lines of file, then you obviously won't copy 100, 200, 400 times, right? So you can just do it in a one line of code, right? This is what the power of components is, right? So now this is the only thing we need to, now this is the only thing we need inside of a main, right? So the only thing in main, now we can start working on a video thumb. So this is the main thing that we are doing. So here is given class name of video thumb, right? So instead of saying hello here, I'll display up an image here, and I'll give an class name of video thumb underscore thumbnail, and let's find an image from our assets. Can we use this channel lot? Okay, we don't need this. So what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll get this thing here, open image in new tab, I'll get this file right here, right? So I'll just go back to my application, I'll go back to my main, and inside here let's say src to be this file and an alternative of thumbnail, right? Save that. Now inside of here we are gonna have these details here, basically the name and the that. As you can see now we have like multiple same things, these are multiple, right? Don't worry, we're gonna change these with and all of this later on. So here we're gonna video thumb underscore details. Inside of here we are gonna have an avatar, right? Save, and then inside of here we're gonna have another file. We name it video thumb underscore channel. Inside of here we're gonna have an h1 of class name of video thumb underscore title. Let's give a title of create YouTube clone with React, right? Save that. Now h1, now inside of here we'll say video thumb underscore text, basically all the text we're gonna display it here, and then here we're gonna have an p tag which is gonna say class name of video thumb underscore thumb underscore text, which is gonna be name of our channel. Yeah, this is gonna be our name of our channel here. For example, name, okay, it's Pulkit Gupta, right? Here, and now here we'll have same thing here, but instead of having this way, we'll just show I'll get this bullet here. 1 second, I'll get this here, and for example 10 hours ago, right? Save that. This is all the HTML you need, and now let's start working on our application. The rest remaining on CSS, right? So it would be a bit of messy around here. Okay, let's style all of this. So I'm importing styles here, so I'll just import style.css, import dot slash style.css, styles.css, right? Just leave a line here, and inside of styles.css, first of all, to our main, we are gonna give a display of flex wrap of wrap. For example, if I save this, so as you can see, it automatically it what it will do if these if all of this if these things go around if they extend the maximum amount of width available for them, it will wrap automatically in this way for horizontally and this. If you don't say flex wrap of wrap, it won't wrap them horizontally, vertically both, right? I hope you get what I mean. But okay, let's make it simpler. I'll explain once more. So if I just change the width here, as you can see the width is bit less here. So as you can see, it automatically takes this, these are the maximum available space for it. As you can see, it does not have a space that it can fit over here. If I remove this flex wrap, there's a flex wrap. If I remove this, now this will be in just on one line. It doesn't matter how much space is available, right? It will just go, it will overflow it. So it will prevent it from overflow. Instead, it will display it this way, right? Correct. So here inside of our let's just create a YouTube. We'll just make it a bit less shorter, right? So as you can see, now it automatically takes the amount of space available for it, right? The same way we can do with now for our details, we just say video thumb underscore display of flex. Then to our video thumb, to our main container, we just say margin 20 pixels. These are the basic styles. And then we already style a thumbnail. Then to our title, we say font size of 0.9 rem, maximum height, text overflow of ellipsis. Basically, if the title is too long, then it will automatically it will show dot here, or dot kind of a thing, right? This is what it means. And then to our video thumb underscore channel, we will give a margin left of 10 pixels. And then to a text, margin, some margins and basic colors, right? So okay, I think we messed up with some names. So I think so. Where's our video thumb? Inside of here, where we have our title. Okay, where we have title, let's find here. Where's our text? 1 second, guys. Okay, that what I'll do. If I just make it inside of another p tag here, let's have another p tag. Wrap it inside of here. I thought didn't we miss? I think we missed something. Channel, okay. I know it won't make any difference. Okay, what's the thing we went wrong? Okay, we have a div of video thumb underscore details. Then we have an avatar. Then we have a channel. Okay, then we have a title. Channel, inside of a channel we have title. Okay, so basically our avatar is not aligned. Okay, so the spelling's wrong. Got that, spelling's wrong. So where we have our details here, right? The spelling's wrong. That's the only thing we needed. Yeah, fine, right? Perfect, better, much better, right? Great. So looks great. We are also done with this. Okay, so as you can see, there's not much stuff. These are just the basic HTML and CSS over here, right? The next thing we are gonna work upon is let's work upon this thing, right? Let's display it this way, right? Let's work on this thing here, right? So here, okay, as you can see, the link changes here, right? So it basically depends on the link. If the link is something different kind of a link, then if it is slash, then if it is slash watch, then it will display this. But if it is this, then it's gonna display this. So to do that, what we are gonna use an React router DOM. So I'll explain what it is, and now let's work on this. We won't do this name underscore question mark name equals to we'll work upon that later once we write our JS. For now, we are just doing basic HTML CSS, right? Remember, right? Let's work upon that. Also, okay, leave that first. Let's work on this our video, right? So here, okay, let's work on this video. I know this is one of my one of my this thing video which I was using I had a video of 11 seconds, so I just uploaded it over here. Anyway, so now let's work on this. So go back to your application, close this, close assets, close even this. So now inside of here we're gonna create another folder. We'll name it watch, new folder watch. Then inside of here we'll have an other file watch.js, and then we're gonna have styles.css. Inside of our watch.js we're gonna again refce and just say h1 of watch. So before that, okay, so this is a basic, we just set up a component. So now the next thing we're going to work upon is how to change this link. So what you can do now is you go to a terminal, on your other terminal just say yarn add or npm install whatever you're using react router. How do you spell it, router or router? Anyway, so I'll just say router here. So just say react router dome here, and now let's wait for this to install. And again guys, if you have any doubts you can drop them in comment section, or you can also DM me on Instagram. It's your wish, right? So here now to make this to use react router dome, the way you use it is this space. You just say import browser router, browser router, what I'm spelling as router switch. You'll get to know what are these, switch and route or route, what do you say, from react router dome, right? So now the next thing you have to do, you have to wrap all of your application inside of a router. So it basically means we are using something called as router, like basically we are using react router dome, it will define that. And then inside of here we're gonna have a switch, which will basically mean ki now the user can also switch between the paths also, right? Like basically you can redirect from one place to another. Now to check which path do we have, what we'll say is we'll just say route, then we'll just say path of slash. So the path is slash, like it's the default path, this thing here. Then what do you want to display over here, right? So here for now we now display this thing right over up here, right? So copy this and paste it up there, right? So we want to display this thing if the path is slash, right? Correct. So now okay, now another thing, now what if the path, now the next path we have to work upon is slash watch. So now if it is slash watch, inside of is this route ending here, then we'll just say if the route path is slash watch, then we'll just say watch here. Before that we'll add also this over here, watch, right? Save that, go back to app.js. so inside of here I'll just say watch, and then I'll also import this from, okay, not here, make sure you don't import it from over up there, you make sure you import it from here, and then just save it. So now if I go to slash watch, okay, so it is not, yeah, correct, it's not exported from react router dome, it's exported from the components. Remove this comma also up there, from there, right? Save that. Okay, now this won't work, I bet this won't work. If I say to be watch, if I just go to watch here, this doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work, if just say exact over here, exact, save it, and now go back, you can see the watch, we see our watch here, right? The reason we got this, okay, for one more thing, it should be over here, and remove this div from here and make it inside of your switch, right? Now it's fine, yeah. So anyway, so the reason it doesn't work, so what that the way react router work is, if we remove from exact, then what will we do for whatever the URL is currently the application running for? In our case, it's, for example, it's http localhost 3000, right? So what it will do, it will check it will check every, okay, it should be this, right? Anyways, doesn't matters, whatever it is. So here, 1 second, yeah, so it should be this. It's, I know it's not this, whatever it is. Okay, let me get what it is. So this is our URL, right? Correct. So this is our URL. So now what happens? So now the way React Router works is it will see slash. So now whatever the slash is, it will display this, but it gets a slash, right? So it will, if we say anything, for example, watch event or watch or anything else you say, for example, let's explain it, and if I just go to, someone goes to explain, so the way it will work, it will check first of all slash. So it sees the slash, it does not, it doesn't matter to him whatever the whatever it is after it, so it will automatically just show the slash here, right? So to avoid that, we say exact over here, exact here, right? So basically the correct reason it happens because first of all it's check this path and then it will check this path. So first of all it gets this path, then it will display this. If you remove this and keep it after our watch and remove the exact, then also it will work. But it's good to have our exact just because in case it doesn't work, right? It's good to have an exact, doesn't matter, you keep it about yeah. So this is why we had that some kind of an error, can call it as error. Okay, anyways, so here, so we see our watch, correct? So if, let's just go here. So let's also do one thing. Whenever the user clicks on this, let's redirect him to watch, just because we don't, just because let's do not every time have, like, I don't want to every time go to there and write watch up on the browser in the nav. Yeah, so here go to your main instead of main here. So the way you redirect here without refreshing, notice guys, so here whenever the user clicks here, the page doesn't refreshes, right? So the way you can do it, see, they have a nice React Router provides us with a hook called use history. So the so just say const history equals to use history, is that hook, and then make sure you import it from React Router DOM. And now for it, now we'll have a function const yeah, so we'll have a function over here. We'll just say const handle thumb click thumb. Basically, if someone if a user clicks on thumbnail, then we want to redirect him to slash watch, right? So we say so the way it works, you just say history dot push. Now here you just say whatever in whichever path you want to push it. In that case, that should be watch, right? Save that, and now let's give an on click also over here. So on click handle thumb click, right? Save that, it should work. Now we should get directed to watch here, right? As you can see, if I click on this, I get redirect to watch. Great. So now let's also do with this avatar. In case of an avatar, we wanna redirect him to preview channel, right? So the way it works, I'll just say okay, I'll create another one. I'll just say handle avatar click. Okay, that has not to be link here, it has to be click, right? This thing handle third click. I'll inside, in this case we want to redirect him to preview, where we want to redirect him to preview channel, right? I'll just copy and paste this, and then I'll go to hand. I'll just get also this, and I'll give an on click here, on click handle avatar click, right? Now you should also get direct. As you can see, it's redirected. Obviously we won't see anything because we created a path for it, right? You can also have an error page for it if you want. Anyways, so here, now does YouTube have an error page? Okay, let me open an icon computer tab. Let's check if YouTube have an if youtube.com/ and just type anything. Okay, I'll remove this there. I'll just say anything. Okay, so you do have an page. If you want to build this, you can also build this. So the yes, if you want you can build this. In my case, I won't be doing it, right? So here, now let's work about our watch here, this thing. So obviously we want to have our header also up there. The way you do this, go to your app and copy your header from here, and then where we having watch, just say header here, right? Save that. You should see your header also right now, right? Works well, works clean, right? So now let's work upon our watch now, right? I hope whatever I said just now makes some sense, right? So now let's go back to our main. Where's our main? No, inside of our watch, right? So inside of here, okay guys, so first of all here we are gonna give, and to this we are gonna give in class name of watch. Then inside of this we are gonna give an here we're gonna have another live, and here we're gonna have watch underscore wrap, and then inside of this we are gonna have dot watch underscore left, and then inside of this we are gonna have a video. So in order to run the video, you do it this way. Then you can have a class name, and here you can give a class name of watch underscore video, and then here we are gonna give an autoplay. So what this will mean is that whenever the component loads, it's gonna automatically play the video, and then we are gonna have an controls. So controls basically mean the user gets an option to play or pause the video, right? So here we are gonna have a source. So source in which you're gonna give an src equals to video URL. We are gonna just import in a second, and then here we're gonna have a type is equals to video slash mp4, right? Here we are gonna have this. Now we have to import a video URL. So what I'll do, I'll just say import video URL. Okay, so it not has to be in curly braces. Video URL from dot slash then slash assets slash videos, and then let me check the name. What did I give there? Okay, so it's just video.mp4. so just say video.mp4. So now if I save this, now I should see this video. If you go back to our application, as you can see with this video, I just got this video from YouTube, which was a teaser of a web series. So I just got that from YouTube, right? So now so as you can see a video appears. So this if we set the controls to true, that's why we have this play button, sound button, full screen option, then settings, right? Great. So now go back to our application. Now inside here we are gonna have another one, which another div in which we are gonna say watch underscore left btm. Then inside of here we are gonna have an h1, which is gonna be title of our video. So we just say class name of watch underscore title, and then here we can say we can give title. What should, okay, let's keep the Amazon Prime video trailer, right? So here we are gonna have an h1. Then here we are gonna have another div which we are gonna say watch underscore video info, right? Then inside of here we are gonna have another div in which we are gonna say watch underscore video info left, right? And then here we are gonna have an p tag in which we are gonna give a class name of video thumb. So if you go to our inside of our close this assets, inside of this our main, if you go to video thumb, just copy this text here, video thumb underscore text. We need this over right here, so we can have this video thumb underscore text. You actually don't need this extra p tag, you can also remove it from there. So we'll have it over here, and instead of here we are gonna have a date. So for example 28 December. Okay, what's the house? Thus the date appears January 23, 2021, right? This way. Okay, so I'll just write that over here, January 23, 2021, and then we can now close this div. Now outside of this div we are gonna have a dot video. So here we are gonna have watch underscore video info right. Okay, video info right. So here inside of this we are gonna have an watch and dot watch underscore like container. So here we will have our like and dislikes button, right? So now inside of this we are gonna have a dot watch underscore like wrap. So this is gonna be a like button wrap, right? Then inside of this we are gonna have an another class name of dot watch underscore like btn container. Guys, you can give the name according to you if you feel the name's a bit weird. And then here we are also gonna give an another class name which we're gonna say color slash gray, right? And then here we are gonna have a thumbs up icon. So we are gonna say thumb up alternative, in which we're gonna give a class name of watch underscore icon. This has to be a self-closing tag. And then outside this we are gonna have the number of likes, so in case for example 15k, right? That's it. Save that. You should see a like button appears up. Here you go, here it appears, right? Great. So here now outside of this div, what we can do is we can just copy this one here, watch underscore just copy this and paste it outside of this div. It has to be same, nothing to change there, so we can keep the names just the same. So here we can just say thumb down alt. This time it's gonna be down alt this here, right? This icon now you should see, and here you can have around 200, right? There you go, you see it, right? Great. So now here this works. So now outside of this div, most probably, yeah, so outside of this like underscore wrap, we are gonna have an div of like dislike. So here we're gonna say watch underscore like dislikes. I'll tell you why we are using this divs here. So just self closes. So this div is for this line you see up right here, right? So as you can see, it has got two colors here. It's like kind of an dark gray, and then it's a bit of light gray, right? So we'll also do that, don't worry. So this is the reason we have this div over here. Now let's continue. So we are not gonna have any child here, so what you can do, it could be you can just self close this, right? Great. So now outside of this div, just copy this another time. Like button container, where's the like button container? This, copy this once more, and then outside of this div, paste it right here, right this way. Yeah, so here we just paste it, and then here we're gonna have a reply button, which is actually the share, but material UI has a name of reply in that case. So here we also so if you save this now, let that, as you can see, the icon is kind of a it's left side here, and it's pointing through the right side. Here it's pointing through the left side, right? So we'll also rotate it. So that's why we have. So here we'll also give another class name where we're just gonna say share icon, right? Share icon. I don't know what happened to my typing. I am typing so slow. Okay, anyways, so here we just copy it one more time, then here we just paste it another time. This time here we are gonna have a playlist add icon. So playlist add, and then just make sure you auto import also, and then here we are gonna have a play/add icon button, play/add icon, right? And then here we are gonna say save, right? Save that. Okay, save that. And then here we are gonna just copy this one more time, and then here we are gonna have a more horizontal button, more horizontal, this one here, and then here we are gonna have you can keep the same class name, doesn't matter, so it's gonna be the same, right? Save that. Now you should see all of these icons appears up. Okay, that's great. Now all of this appears up. So now outside of most probably this div right here, what is this one here, info right, but it should be left bottom, which is our left bottom div. Yeah, so outside of this div, inside, yeah, here now we'll have our description, basically the details which we want So here we're gonna have an watch, and these are basically the channel for this thing. This thing right here, this is what I'm talking about, the description and all of this, right? Go back to the application and watch underscore details. Then inside of this we are gonna have another one, which is gonna be watch underscore details container, right? Then inside of this we are gonna have a div which has got a class name. So what you can do, go back to your video thumb, is a video thumb, and then inside of this copy from here, copy all of this. Where does it end? One second, let me check. Yeah, here, right? Copy all of this, go back to your watch.js and paste this right here. So what all we need is here, one thing we need, well, let me save that so that it gets formatted. Yeah, so here we have this thing. Then inside of this we have video thumb details. So here we will also give another one, which is gonna be watch underscore avatar wrap. Then we are gonna have an avatar. If we can remove the on click for now, just remove this for now. And then we have video thumb underscore channel. Then we have a title, and then inside of our text you can remove this texts here. Yeah, so inside of the channel, after this title, just remove this text div here, and we also don't need this. Okay, so we need only these two. Save that. So we have inside of our channel we have our title, and then we have our this here it has to be the name of the user. So in our case it's prime video, and then we absolutely don't need this. And then here we are gonna have a subscribers. So for example 4.85 million subscribers, right? Subscribers here, this way. And then here we're gonna have add another class name, which is gonna be watch underscore sub count, right? Save that. Should look much, we should also appear, as you can see it appears up, right? Great. I know the spelling's wrong, we can add just prime over here, right? So now outside of this div, outside of our underscore details, we are gonna have a subscriber button right here. So yeah, so here we are gonna have a button. Make sure you also auto import from material UI or import it manually, either way doesn't matter. So here we're gonna have a watch, okay, watch underscore sub count, sub button, sorry, watch underscore sub button, and a color of primary. We're gonna change the color later on. It's just initially we're gonna have this, and a variant equals to contain, which, as I already told, it will fill up your it will fill the color inside of your button, right? So here we're gonna just say subscribe, right? Save that. We should also have a button what did I say, button appearing, right? You see that, nice. So now outside of this div we are gonna have, one second, yeah, so outside of this our details container, this div right here, we are gonna have our watch underscore description, right? And here we are gonna have a p tag. We are gonna have this a p tag, in which we are gonna give a class name of watch underscore show more. And then we are gonna just say here here it's gonna be our okay, so it is our show more button. So here we just say show more, right? So here now also we need to have a description. So here we give an p tag, in which we write all of our description. So for now I'll insert an lorem lisp, what do you spell it, lips, right? So I just inserted that, and now we are done with this main thing. Now we have to style this obviously, but we are basically done with this. We'll also add this show more functionality. We'll do it just now, we can do that later. We'll do that later, don't worry. Yeah, so here we are gonna have this, and now let's work upon the styles. Great. So now go back to your VS Code, go back to your styles.css. Did we import it yet? Okay, we have already imported a styles.css, so we can directly start working on our styles. So first of all, to our dot watch, we are gonna give an display of flex, justify content center, nothing much, right? Same styles, I don't need to repeat it again and again, right? Doesn't mean much difference, but yeah, some differences it actually made. So to our wrap, we are gonna have a display of flex, right? Refresh. Okay, yeah. So here, go back to I hope I don't get a copyright for this using this video. I'll remove this later just for testing. So here to our watch underscore we're gonna give a display of flex direction column margin, right? Some margins, and then to our video we are gonna give a width of 66 view width and an outline of none. As you can see, it looks better now, much better. And then here we can have to our left bottom we are gonna give a margin top and some border. So this will create this border right here, right? So to our watch underscore title we are gonna give a font weight and a line height and a font size, right? Basic size. And then here we are gonna to our video info we are gonna give a margin top of 5 pixel, display of flex and justify content space between, right? Now it looks better, like it got shifted that way. So we'll also to our like button container we are gonna give a display of flex, line item center and cursor of pointer, right? This way they came a bit close. And to our watch underscore icon we are gonna give a margin height of 5 pixel, font size 28, right? And then to our color gray we are gonna give this color slash gray. This is gonna be a color which you need. And to our like button container you're gonna give a margin right. Then inside where we have a p tag we are gonna give some styles. And then to our likes and dislikes, basically the wrapper, we are gonna give a display of likes, background color and then height of 2 pixels, right? So this is basically this thing you see right here now. So this is what I was talking about. So we didn't just nothing, we just added the height of 2 pixels. And now to get two different colors, I'll show you how you do that. I'll show that later. For now we can work upon more things. So here now here we are gonna have our video info, right? To which we are gonna give a display of flex and align item baseline, right? Looks better. So don't worry guys, I know these are like extended till the right, they won't be when we add this side this sidebar side videos right here now, so they won't appear up there. It will align, it will get aligned properly. For example, yeah, so here to our watch underscore like wrapper we are going to give a display of flex and align all those to center, right? Now these are perfectly aligned also. So another thing, now let's rotate this share icon. So for that what we'll say, first of all, to rotate any div or any image you want, first of all you say rotate 180 degree. First of all we'll rotate it fully 180 degree, and then also its x-axis. If you don't do this, I'll show you what happens. So if you do this, as you can see, it is kind of a like upside down. So to avoid that, we also rotated x by 180 degree. So it's now perfectly aligned, right? So now to our add icon we are gonna give a font size of 28 pixels, and to our right we are gonna give a max height. So we are gonna add this right later, we'll add it around, where's our left ending here, right? So here we are gonna add a right, don't worry. So this is for it. So here we are gonna have a maximum height of 100% and overflow of hidden. Basically the overflow, then we won't show it, right? So to our avatar we are gonna give a font size of 30 pixels, which is important. And to our watch underscore details we give some margin right and simple borders, right? Looks better, much cleaner basically. And then here to our sub count we are gonna give a font size of 13 pixels, right? This way. And then to our avatar wrapper we are gonna give align items to center. This aligns them centrally. And then to our description we are gonna give some maximum height, margins and margin top, right? This way. Don't worry guys, I know this is kind of a centrally aligned. It won't look like this when we have that. Don't worry, there is nothing to worry about. So here to our watch underscore description and this inside that p tag, to inside of a description, to p tag we give this kind of a style so that it looks better. Then to our details container, we'll give an display of flex, justify content of space between, right? So now to our sub button, we'll give an kind of a background color. So this background color, and to our show more icon, we are gonna style that too. Show more button, sorry. So okay, this thing does not work. I think I wrote some wrong class name. So where, okay, let me check. So where do we have our button? We have it over here. So details, okay, as you can, I can see, okay, the spelling's wrong. I added an extra D. It should be this way, details container, right? Look, it should now, as you can see, it looks now much better, right? So okay, so now let's add this right also up there. Okay, I'll see if this, after adding the right, if it this as you can see, these are not aligned for now. Okay, this has not to be aligned. It's, I thought, okay, so everything's perfect. As you can see, what I was talking about, I thought this has to be aligned at the left side, but as you can see in the original application, it is not. So this thing, this looks weird for now, but when we add this, like all of this gets shifted to the left, then it won't look that weird. Right, so now I think we can work upon this. We are done with this. And guys, if you think you might want me to explain the CSS more, like focus on the CSS also with my tutorials, you can always suggest me in the comment section. Suggestions are always open. I'll always look after that, right? So Prime Video, please don't give copyright on this thing. Wait, what I'll do, I'll just turn off the sound. They might give my copyright too because of the sound. I hope they don't give. Anyways, so here, okay, we are almost, so we are done with the watch. Now we can add our sidebar, right? So let's work upon that now. I'm thinking like, how did it happen? How did it, like, it's too fast. We are going, I think we are going too fast. I'll just slow it down a bit. So after this left, I think this is the left one, right here. Yeah. So outside of this div, we are gonna have an dot watch watch underscore right. So now not this, yeah. So inside of this, we are gonna have our these right here. So as you can see, these are again the repeated things, just the content has been changed. So we are again gonna use components, and then we are gonna create another file for it, and then we are gonna have it gonna do that, right? So first of all, let's create another component. We'll create another component. So just go to components, create a new folder, name it video small. We'll name it video small because we'll be also using it at multiple places. We'll be using that. This same thing we're gonna use, we'll just modify it a bit. Inside here, we're gonna use this also this way, right? So as you can see, like, it is kind of a this now, like this is the same component. I'm rendering the component which is being rendered here is the same component, it gets rendered. So I just use React props so to like make them look better. Not React prop, I just added some. I use React props for this most probably. Yeah. So here we're gonna have a video small.js auto RAFCE and just say h1 of video small, right? Now here just create another file, name it styles.css, and then okay, now now we'll do import and export. What do you call this? So here we're gonna have a video small from here. I don't know the name of this, like what do you call doing this? I just know we do it this way. So anyway, so here let's import inside of our watch. Let's import our video small. No, we don't need a class name here right now. So here just make sure you also import it from components. Okay, it's not able to auto import anyway. So here we'll just render it multiple times. So where is our, so what you can do, instead of it being this long, we can just only say ... It will automatically get that index for us, right? So it will take that file from index, right? So otherwise there's no point of importing. And okay, so it's, and also it has to be a non-default export. right? As you can see, we see multiple video smalls right here. Let's work upon that. Let's work on that now. So go to your video small, where I'll go from, yeah, so I'll just, yeah, so here now this is not much a very big file, it's just going to be a small file. So we'll also finish with this very soon. So here we're going to have a class name of video small, and my nose is a bit off, I don't know why, sorry. Yeah, so here we're gonna have a video small underscore left, I don't know what happened to me. And then yeah, inside of here we are gonna have an image. So image is gonna be basically a thumbnail, so I'll just import so it's just a thumbnail here. I will import it this soon. And then alternative also of thumbnail, and then a class name of video small underscore channel video small underscore thumbnail. Okay, so we'll just close the tag, and now instead of having this SRC thumbnail, let's have a link. So I'll just get a link now. So for example, this one, open image and yeah, so just get use any link you want, and then yeah, so I'll use this link in my case. So now I think, yeah, so here as you can see we see bunch of images, right? So let's continue with our file. Yeah, so here we give video small underscore thumbnail left. Yeah, so outside of this we are gonna have an div of video small underscore right. Yeah, and then we are gonna have a p tag of class name of video small underscore title, video small underscore title, and then we are gonna have a title, for example Amazon Prime videos new web series, right? And then we are gonna have, yeah, so here we are gonna have a div in which we are gonna give a class name of video small underscore text, and then okay, so we can do this with a video thumb, and then we can let's add the class name of video thumb underscore text, which we used earlier. And then here we are gonna have our I think we need name of a channel also, right? Yeah, we have the name of a channel, right? So here we're gonna have a name of a channel, which is gonna be p tag of class name of videos thumb. Actually, here we're gonna have video thumb underscore text, and then here we're gonna have a name, for example Amazon Prime. One second, let me just set my keyboard. Yeah, so Amazon Prime video, right? So now here we're gonna have another p tag, and here we're gonna give the same class name video thumb underscore text, and then here we can say 110k views, and then let me get a bullet also, and then we can also we'll have a time. Okay, so it's 3 days ago, so we can do this. We can remove this extra space, and we just can say 3 days ago, right? Save that. You can see, okay, we see this. Now you have to just style this. So let's import a styles.css, import /styles.css, save that, and then go back to styles.css. Inside of a styles.css, first of all, to our video small, we are gonna give a display of flex, some 30% view width, and basics, the rest of the styles, and then we'll have a video small underscore channel view. Then we say video small first of type margin top 0 pixel. I'll explain you what is first of type is in a second. And then we are gonna have the same thing with our channel view. So guys, what this basically mean is key, for example we have a video small, right? So there are multiple video small, there are like around how many, 1 2 3 4, like various 5 or 6 video smalls, right? So what it will do, the number of time video small class name is getting repeated, it will get the at the first time when it gets for the first time when the user calls it, like it displays on the screen for the first video small, it will give a margin top of 0 pixels. If I explain you this much better, like we can explain it this way. If I open my inspect, so here you can see like there are multiple video smalls. So here, so this applies this margin top for a first video small, not for this, not for this. As you can see, there's no margin top of 0 applied here, but it gets applied over here, right? So that is why we it is there. This is what first of type is. So same goes for our video small underscore channel view, and then we have a video small underscore left, to which we give a width of 10 view width, 10% of view width, and then to our video small underscore thumbnail we give some widths here. So now it should look fine. As you can see guys, it got shifted also left side, so that was what I'm telling you. And then we can have a video small underscore right, to which you're gonna give some margins. So okay, I think this, okay, wait, why is not getting it's not being styled? Do I have to refresh? Okay, I think I wrote the wrong class name for my image. Video small. Yeah, okay, so I think there was some issue with the class name. Anyways, now everything's fine. Yeah, so here, yeah, okay, so now for a title we are gonna give some font weight, that's it. And then for our text we give some margin top, and then for our, then we give it to a pre tag, we give a font size of 13 pixel, and then to a channel view. Alright, so to a channel we give some flex direction of column. Okay, so we are not using this for now. I will not confuse you by writing this. Save that. Okay, so we don't need this also. Actually, we don't need this right here. We will be adding this later. We don't have any class name for like that for now, but it's just for now. Okay, so I think we have again some issues with our class names, so let me check. So here should be video small. Let me find that video small. Okay, this thing's fine. Okay, so it should be for our video small underscore left, right? Yeah, so this must be an issue with the left. Video small underscore left. We're giving the display of flex to this, and then over here. Okay, let me check why it is so. Okay, I got that why it is so. This has to be only for our image, right? Okay, why this thing opened up, right? This has to be only for image. Now save that. Now it should be get styled, and as you can see it gets styled, and now we are also done with this. Looks perfectly clean and awesome also, right? Great. Now okay, so since we are done with this, okay, last thing one more thing we are left with, like this kind of a different colors, right? So let's do that. So the way we are gonna do this, go back to your styles.css inside of your watch, and then where we have our this watch underscore dislikes, where it is over here, right? So what you're gonna say, here's we given before to it, so watch underscore like dislikes, we just say a before, and on this before we give it first of all a background color, which is the color, the light kind of an background gray color. It's not 8118, it's 81 once again 8181. What yeah, this color. So save. Okay, it won't make any sense if I just save. So now say content of empty content now. Save that. Okay, I know. Okay, so now more things you need to do. First of all, you just have to give a display of block here, then just say height of 100%, so it will automatically get the height of 4 pixels, and then position of absolute, and then width of 100%. Now just see the color should change now. Okay, I think it's very difficult to differentiate between the color. Just give it a red now, right? As you can see now the color changes to red, but instead of that now okay, so this color, now we want this to be like for only for this much, right? So basically this is a default color which we have, and this dark gray color is that color we are applying to our before, and this is the light color which is for our default. So I just say, I'll just reduce it by 5 pixels. So I just say transform translate x to -5 pixels. So what it basically does is, whatever the default x-axis is for our before, it works for any div you apply or any component, any what do you say, any tag you apply. So it will just translate its x, it will change it x by -5 pixels, right? So here if we save this, and as you can see, it's working, right? We'll just change the color. That's not an issue, right? So I hope you got that what I meant to say. And now let's just change it color to #818, right? Save that. We are done with this too, right? Okay guys, so now we are even done with this. So now the next thing we could work upon is this, right? Let's work on that. So first of all, we'll have an header again, but this time if you go back to our slash, so here as you can see, the width is a bit bigger, and here the width reduces, right? So we have to change our width. And then okay, so this is just a custom thumbnail, that's not an issue. This is also not an issue. So we need to modify our this also, like when we it should be this way right here, like here we have it like there's aligned and a row wise, and with this image with this height is a bit larger, but here the width is larger, height is not that large, and also they're aligned they're also aligned vertically, right? So now we need to also modify that, and this also. So the way we do this, I'll tell you soon. So first of all, what we'll do on our avatar, where's our avatar, we'll give an on click handle, we'll just say handle avatar redirect, right? So just copy this, go at the top, and here just say const avatar redirect equals to, now again we need to get our history, remember, right? So what we'll use our hook const history equals to use history, right? And then now make sure you also import it, and then we just say history history.push to slash preview channel. Let me just copy this just because to make sure we don't mess up with the spelling. So where is our avatar? Inside of a name. Okay, I need a preview channel here. So just go to watch.js and just say preview channel here, right? And now we should also get redirected to our preview channel. So go back to my application, on click, you can redirect to a preview channel, right? Great. So let's work on that now. Also, one more thing we could do inside of our wizard watch here, let's give it a class name of video watch __ avatar, or leave it, we'll just give some inline styles to it. We'll just say style equals to, this is the way you style, okay, inline styles inside of a React. You just say cursor of pointer, right? Nothing much, yeah, this way, right? Save that, go back to your application. As you can see, now we get this. So this is basically the way you style in React, right? So great, now we can work upon our preview channel too. So let's create a component, name it preview channel, and then inside of it, just copy this thing, Control-C, yeah. So we'll have an other file .js, and then we're gonna we'll just say RAFCE, and then here we're gonna have an h1, just copy that, and then go back to your index.js. Here we just say, okay, we don't need to copy this, we need to copy this, and then here we say instead of video small, preview channel, right? This way. Save that, go to your app.js, create another root path, root path, and just if it is slash, okay, not this, so slash preview channel. If it is so, then we will just render our preview channel, right? Save that. Now you should see our preview channel appears. Great, it appears, right? So now first of all we have a header here, and there are sidebar also, right? So what we'll do, so now let's work on that. So let's simply work on that, right? So what I'll do, go back to the application. Inside here we'll just say header, right? And then we remember, and then we are gonna have a class of .app. The reason we are doing so, because it has got a display flex here, right? Instead of an index.css, it has a display of flex, which we obviously want in the sidebar, right? So we'll have a sidebar also over here, and then a preview channel too. 1 second. So here this way, save that. You should see both of the things appears up. As you can see, both this appears up. So another thing we want to do, we want to reduce its width, right? So there's something in React called props. So basically how props work is, 1 second guys, let me check. So the way props work is the way prop works is, for example, if I go to my sidebar, so first of all, for example, I'll just say props here, right? And then if I go to my app.js, and I'm calling my application, where by calling the particular div, so I'll just say to my sidebar, I've given, for example, I want to say value. So you can give anything, any name you want. For example, value equals to you can give a string of text, right? So this is and let's give another one. For example, text2 equals to hello world, right? Save that, and now go back to your sidebar, and now let's console log what is our props, right? Save that. Now let's go back and let's open and inspect. As you can see, we get an object which has these two values, text2, which is a hello world, and a value of text. For example, if I go to my this, if I close this, and right, if I go to my slash here, if I go to the slash, so here, okay, these are, what are these errors? So this is, I don't think from, this is from, I think so, material UI anyways, and they're saying validate no. Okay, so what I'll do, the reason to solve this error, go to your main, main here. Inside of our main.j video thumb, we have two p tags, right? We'll just remove that, save it. Now you should if we refresh, such kind of error should not appear. I think this error is for material wire, this is for benefits update. I think I am just importing it still. As you can see guys, now we don't have any console log related to that for a preview channel, but instead if I go to my preview channel, then we get this console log, or else we don't have this. So basically what this means is it will show that props which are being you can pass that value for wherever you are calling it, right? For example, if to make this more, to clear this clear this perfectly, if there's a sidebar here, if I give another prop of called from app, right? Then we say here, just let's give it true here. You can give any value, any object, you can pass an text here, boolean, props, array, not props, array, or anything you want. You can pass anything. So now if we go back, if I go back here, so as you can see, we get called from app of true. We don't get this console log, but if I go to my preview channel, so we get this value of text and text of hello world, right? So now you can use this for displaying multiple things, like you can display different data with. Now this is a feature, now you can play around with this, use it however you want, right? So let's work on that now. So now what we can do, I hope you get that. So another thing we can do, as you can see, it is an object. So there's one thing we call destructuring. So what is destructuring? I'll explain you. If you still did not get that, then just go on YouTube and search for what is destructuring. So destructuring basically, for example, let's take this preview channel because this is, yeah. So here props. So here what are the values that we are getting? Not okay. We are not getting inside of preview channel. We are getting inside of a sidebar. Right. So we are getting we are getting values are of the value which we can get can be these three, right? It could be value, it could be text, or call from app. So what we say here, instead of this we can just say props, and then instead of this just accept any value you want. For example, we want it for, we'll later on give the name to be extra with okay, let's just say value here. Remember, we are getting a value here, we just say value. So if we say this, so this thing now it will display only our value, nothing else, right? So if I go back, let's refresh. Now I should see only value appears up. Okay, we don't get even a value. Okay, why is it so? Let me check. So console log value, I think value should appear. Why does not appear? Let me check. Let's go back. As you can see, the value appears. We see text. Okay, that was some glitch. For some reason the value didn't appear, but we had. So now it automatically, it will only get that thing. So this is called destructuring. So now if you want to get rest of the things also, you could say what else we are getting, what else it is, what else we are text 2, right? We are getting a text 2. So you go back to sidebar, give it comma, and just say text 2. So this is destructuring. The destructuring. So now I explain you what is destructuring. For example, we have so here as you know, we had a prop. So props had these value, right? It was an object which has a value of text, and then we have a text 2 of another text, right? No problem, I just said text. So now if you want to get this value, now there are two ways you can get this value. You can just say console log props, right? We just say props, or the another way you do is you can just say, to get that value, you can just say, for example, you're getting the props. So you can just give it this thing, squiggly braces, and then inside you can just say value. So it will automatically understand that you're asking for the value. So this thing only works if it works only if you're getting that props value. Like if you're getting mostly, you use this only for this thing inside of a function, like getting as a parameter. Then only you are mostly going to use, then only, like you cannot always use this. You cannot, or if you are getting an props, you cannot just console log this way. You cannot console logs, cannot console log this value. It won't work. It does not know that it has to destructure it from props, right? So computer has to know that you're destructuring from props. So that you can do this is you can just say props dot text, right, which does not make sense. So destructuring only works if the code knows that we are getting that the value you have to destructure is props. So I think you understand what a props is, but what a destructuring is. So it's a feature of ES6 which was not earlier introduced. So here we'll add prop of. So for now the prop only we are going to use is what. Okay, so prop has to be, what should we give, an change width. Let's give a change width, right? Let's give this prop, and then here let's remove this. We don't need this anyway. So here if I go back to my app.js, here inside of here, let's just say whenever we import it from our app, it has to be true. You can just say change width, and it will automatically understand that is true, and then we don't need over here. So you can just remove this, it will automatically get that as a false. So now we need to reduce the width, right? So what we'll say, go back to the walls.js. Let me check what width I'm giving there. Okay, so inside of a sidebar.js, so now the thing we do is now we'll check if a sidebar, now if the user wants to change the width, then what we'll do, we'll also change the class name here. We'll add a class name. So like currently it is sidebar. So what add class name, you wrap it inside of a sidebar, then you just say just add these parentheses, or what do you call this? What do you call this? I think parentheses or what? I'm not sure what do you call this, but just this is the back. Yeah, you call this backticks. Yeah. So just add this backticks. These are the available key above your tab. So here we just say sidebar, and you can just add a dollar sign here, and now you add any logic which you want to add. So in our case we just say change with if it is true, so we just say add if it is true, then add an another class name of sidebar underscore extra width, right? So now the way it works is, so it will check if the change width is true. So if it is true, then it will add an sidebar of it will add this class name, or else if it is false, then it won't add this class name, right? So now whenever we use it inside of our this thing, what do you call this, inside of our preview channel, then we are gonna automatically get this class name. So what we can do is we can just say sidebar underscore extra width of 450 pixels. That's it. Save that, right? I know the width is too long, but it's gonna change it later, don't worry. So it's gonna get reduced later on. That's because of the rest of the things we do, right? So I hope whatever I explained that you got that. I hope so you got that, right? So this was the first time we use JS feature, right? I think so. Maybe I think so. We used this for the first time, right? So now we can start working on a preview channel. Great. So go back to a preview channel. Let's add another file. Name it name it styles.css. And 1 second, guys. So there's preview channel. One more thing, guys, I just noticed that the name of my application, I name it Gmail clone. So it is not Gmail clone, it's this thing. It's sorry, so I was checking on something. Yeah, so it's not a so this is not this thing, it's not Gmail, it's a YouTube. I just wrote the wrong this thing, class name, right? So here we can just give a div of class name of channel, right? And then here we are gonna have an image which will be a channel art image, which we are gonna give a class name of channel underscore art, and then we are going to give an src of image, which will add soon, and alternative equals to channel art, right? Let's add that image also. So for the image we are, where's our assets? Yeah, so we'll get this image from here, right? This way we're going to get an image. So save that. I think we should see an image appears up. Yeah, absolutely it does. As you can see, the width gets reduced, right? That's why, right? It gets shrink. That's why we change the width, right? So let's continue. So here we are gonna have another div. We'll name it channel underscore details. Then inside of here we are gonna have dot channel underscore details. Why I spell it so wrong today? Details wrap. One second. Channel underscore details wrap. Then inside of here we are gonna have an avatar wrap dot channel underscore avatar wrap, not wrapper, avatar wrap. And then inside of here we are gonna have an avatar, and which we are gonna get class name of channel underscore avatar, and then outside of this we are gonna have a video thumb underscore channel. So go to your main, inside of this video thumb, where is our video thumb underscore channel, copy all of this, go back to your preview channel, paste it over here. Here we need a title, and then we don't need a text. Here we don't need this, we also don't need this, we only need text. And here we are gonna just say watch underscore sub count, which we use. Remember we used it inside of our sub watch underscore sub. We used it in that place, right? Inside of our watch file. So here subscriber, for example, 4.85 million subscribers, right? And here we'll just say for now we'll just say Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime, right? Save that. No, sorry. Yeah, here. So here outside of this div, outside of our avatar wrap, we are gonna have a button, button which has got a class name of watch underscore sub button, the same button we created, but we want to change its width for now, and then we add another class name to change its height and dimensions. Basically we give this a channel underscore sub button, right? Then we give it color of primary, and then variant of content, variant equals to content, right? And then here we just say subscribe. Save that. Should look better. Actually it will not. Okay guys, so the reason why these are being rendered twice. Refresh. What's the issue? Okay, so we have an issue appearing up. These has to be not to be. Are we using? Okay, so as you guys see, we used it 2 times. That is the reason they were appearing 2 times also, right? It has to be, now it would appear 2 times to be single, right? Perfect, single. Okay, so go back to the preview channel. So now inside of this, outside of this div, and what is this div? Yeah, so avatar underscore wrap, we are gonna have one other div which we're gonna say dot channel underscore links, and then we are gonna have another div of channel underscore link, right? And then inside of this we are gonna have a p tag of home. Similarly we'll just do it for another all of them. Just copy and paste all of these. Okay, we have small issue with the div, even though, okay, so here it ends up right here. So 1 second guys, so here let's go link. 1 second guys. Yeah, so everything's fine now. Yeah, outside. Yeah, so here now we should see also our divs right here. So what you can do, you can also make these anchor tags, but in our case we can just have a p tag. This does not make any difference. So if we give the anchor tag, we need to add just 2 or 3 more extra styles also, right? So if we go back to our application, so we added a channel link active, right? And here we added a kind of a border, which we like, as you can see, if it is active, that it has got a border also, and it is also dark, it's a pure white also then if it is active. So here in our case only video is gonna be active, so we can hard code it, right? So now let's style this first, and then we'll add all of these two also. So the same thing which we did with this thing, sidebar, we are also gonna use props to do this. I think you would have figured it by now how we will do that, right? So let's work on that. So go back to preview channel. Inside of this, go to styles.css. Are we importing styles.css? No, we are not. So just import /styles.css, right? Save that. Go back to your styles.css. Now first of all, to a channel art we give an so to channel art we give a width of 100% and margin of -2 pixels, right? Okay, so it still has, okay, sorry, so yeah, so it has still got kind of a looks, it has still got a border, so if we say just -10 pixels. Okay, so I think this border is because of that, it's the image border. It's not, it has not to do with this thing. It is not because of a CSS or a browser. It just the image has it, I think so. Anyways, right, so here to our channel avatar we are gonna give a width of 80 pixels, height also, and margin right of 20 pixels, grows up width. And then to our channel underscore details we give a display of flex, right? add that to our avatar wrap. We also give a display of legs, align those items center, and then to our we style a title a bit, and then to our content we give a channel underscore content overflow y of auto. Okay, so now it does not work, it does not make a difference, right? We don't get this background color. It's because due to our styles issue channel underscore. Okay, we do not add any cut. Okay, let me check. So here where we have a channel underscore content. Okay, sorry guys. So this is okay. Anything's fine. This channel content we're gonna add later. Okay, so we don't need this for. So this channel content is for this thing right here, right? So sorry guys, I got a bit confused. So this is for this thing. It has not got to do anything with this. We wrote the HTML only till here. It has got nothing to do with this right here, right? So we'll add this later. So we are gonna have this background color. Then we are gonna have this background color, not currently, not for now, right? So for a details wrap, we give them a display flex, justify content between, looks better. Okay, does not looks better. We have some issues with it. So to a sub button we give a height of 40 pixels. Let's just style it and then I'll look around it. Why did that happen? Then we just give them a sticky position. Okay, so let's work on that. I think I wrote some HTML wrong there. So here where we have a channel, it's okay, where we are giving us channel underscore details wrap, right? So there's a details wrap right here. Then we have an avatar wrap which covers this, and then we have this. So this should be, instead of that, okay, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine here, avatar wrap. Then we have our legs. Did we wrote some wrong? Okay, why is this so? Okay, so it's details wrap. Okay, I got that. So details wrap is a details wrap. Details wrap has not to be over here. Instead of that, details wrap has to be till here, right? Save that. Now it should be fine. Yeah, now it is absolutely fine, right? So go back to your application. So now, but we still have an issue with our naming names. So where's our details wrap right here. 1 second. Yeah, save that. Okay, so it has not got an extra width. Why it is so? Details wrap. Okay, that is fine. Why it is not getting a justify content of space between, right? It should have got that. Like we are even the wrapper. Let's refresh. I think let's refresh. Okay, why it does not work still? We are giving a justify content line at the center. That's fine. Then we have a. Okay, I got the reason why it does not work again. So silly errors we have, small errors. So inside of a details wrap which ends here, so it has to be outside of this thing right here. Save that. Should go that side, right? Fine, great. It also looks perfect, right? Yeah, exactly, looks perfect. Now let's work upon more of these. So here, okay, so as still we have our issues with our title. So where is our title? Okay, so we can change this to channel underscore title. No need to be a video thumb, like grows bigger. Great. So we are done with this. Last thing is to style this link. So now let's work on that also. So here, go back to your VS Code. Inside of our styles.css where we are done with the links. So now to all of those p tags, we are gonna give it color of white, reduced as opacity. But whenever the user hovers on that, then we give it this opacity, right? The way it is up there. But it obviously does not work when you click it. Anyways, the weather, right? So here to our channel link underscore active, we given we like increase the height, its height a bit, and then to our border, and then we give to our border we give this background color, so it looks kind of a this, and then channel link active will have always have an opacity of 1. We are almost done with this. Actually, we are done with this, but what we can do is we'll just say we can just do a content wrapper, which you're gonna add later on, which is gonna be outside of it's gonna be basically this one here. So remember, we gave a flex wrap here, so these are automatically aligned. So this is the reason why we have it. Sorry guys, sorry. So this is the reason why we have it there, so it will automatically align. And then to our channel we give an overflow of bio scroll, right? Great. So we are done with this. Now the remaining thing we can do is this right here. So we have to just add, these are the small tags, we have to just play with the props and use some string concatenation, and then we'll be done with this also, right? So let's work on that. Go back to your VS Code, then go to your channel.preview channel, and then after our after our channel underscore details, this is after here, right guys. So now in here here we're gonna just say dot channel underscore content, not content wrapper, content. Now inside of here we are gonna have content wrapper, channel underscore content wrapper, and then inside of here what you're gonna do is we'll just gonna call these sidebar videos, we're just gonna call these videos, and then using props you're gonna modify these into these. As you can see here, the thing is changing is the width over here. The width increases for the image, and they're aligned they're aligned for in column, right? So go back to the application, and inside of here, so I was just testing with this thing. If I save this, just go, so the reason you saw that because I was testing something out there. So anyway, so now here now we'll just call these. So what I'll do is I just say video small, and then I'm gonna copy and paste this multiple times. I'm just gonna call these small videos multiple times, around 4 times, and as you can see, we see these videos. So the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna modify this into these, right? So to do that, to change it into this, so now let's work on that. So first of all, we can only have 4 here. So now the next thing we'll do is so here let's modify into this. So first of all, we'll pass in prop called channel view, which is true by default, which will be false by default. And if we pass this, if you just say this, it basically means that you are passing it is false or true. As you can see, right, it automatically takes that as true. You can also, if you want it to be false, then you can just say false. Both are the same thing. Like if you want it to be false, then you can just say this, or else if you want it to be true, then you can just say this. So this also by default sets to true, so we don't have to modify it. So now you'll just copy this, go back to your video small, and then here let's accept this prop, and then right, so I explained you what are props, right? We are using it inside of a sidebar, right? I explained you. Okay, so here inside of a channel view, now what we're gonna do, here where we have our video small underscore, so inside of here now we are gonna do some string concatenation, and then here let's remove the string, and then here we are gonna check if channel view is true, then we are gonna, right? So if this is true, then we are gonna add another class name, and that will be video small underscore channel view. I'll just copy and paste this one, and now the same thing we need to do with the thumbnail also. So, and also guys, like we don't want to have our channel name also. So what we'll do key inside of this, so also we'll just set this to false. Like if no prop is passed, then it will automatically set this to false. So now here, now whenever this is false, then only we wanna display Amazon Prime. So we'll just say channel channel view and where is that, yeah, then here we are gonna add, say, then if it is false, then only we wanna display this. And now we wanna now we have to also modify our where is our image. So inside of our image we will add we'll again do some string concatenation print, yeah. So here inside of this, here we will add a $sign, and then here if channel view is true, then we are gonna add video small this class name video small underscore channel view underscore image, right? So now let's style this. So now go back to your styles.css. Inside of your styles.css, right, so here inside of your styles.css, here we are just gonna say to our channel view, one second, yeah, here we are gonna say flex direction of column, and then width of 220 pixels, right? So if you save this, go back to your application, as you can see it changed, right? So width changed, like we'll expand the image for in a second. As you can see it changed, right? So here if I click on the, okay, if we go back here, as you can see it remains same over here, as it is. So the last thing we need to do, go back to your avatar, and then whenever the user yeah, now here we need to expand the width, and then we want to also add a redirect option, right? So go back to video small, grab this one, and then just say width of 200 pixels and an important tag, right? Save that. As you can see it looks better. Another thing we need to do, as you can see, like it's kind of an up and like it's not aligned. So remember we are giving some at the top, we are giving first of types this to 0 pixels. So instead of that, first of all we are gonna to our video small underscore one, sorry, yeah, so to our channel view, first of all we are gonna give an margin top of 5 pixels, right? And then now we will also add an first of type over here. So here we'll just say dot video, and then here we'll just say first of type, give it a margin top also margin top of 50 pixels, right? So that should not be 5, that should be 50 over there, right? Save that. Now let's see how does it looks. As you can see we got some margins also, and now it looks better, right? Great. So now since we are also done with this, you can also add multiple of these, but 4 is just enough. Okay, let's check if our flex wrap works. So let's add one more few more this channel sidebars. As you can see, okay, so it does not work. We have some issue, it is coming upon each other, right? Let's check what is that, why is that. So here where we have our preview channel, not preview, sorry, styles.css. so here channel view underscore margin top of 50 pixels. Okay, so here you need to give an I important tag. Now it will work, I think. I hope so. Okay, so here also just give an important tag, it should work then. Refresh, once refresh. Okay, so let me check why is it happening. We have a wrap over here. Then okay, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm using an inspect tool on my other monitor. So okay, let me go through it for once. So if you go back to your here, then to the channel view, is the spelling correct? Okay, your here this is correct. Video small margin top of 50 pixels, that is important. The important tag also given. Then channel view of first of type margin top 50 pixels, and then we go back down to our channel view underscore image. Okay, so what is the issue then? if I bring up my inspect, where we have a channel scope wrapper, inside of our wrapper. Okay, so I'll just figure this out. Let me check why is this not working. So if I increase and 200, okay, so we need to increase some margins here. 50, it should be this much. This is fine. And then okay, so go back to your application. Inside of here, give it where we have this, give it to be 80, and here also it has to be 80, right? Looks better. Refresh. Perfectly fine. Great. So we even have this working now. Now the next thing, let's add a redirect here. So whenever you clicks on user clicks, he gets redirected. So go back to your video small. Okay, so here inside of video small, let's add an on click, and when the user clicks on this, we want to redirect handle click. We'll just say handle click over here, handle click redirect. Let's say this, and then here say const handle click redirect equals to, then again we need to get our history, const history. So here you say const history equals to use history, and then here we just say history dot push to our / watch, right? And now let's also auto import this from React router. Save that. Now let's test also. Okay, as you can see, we get redirected. Great. So now we are done, absolutely done with all full of our our whole application. Now styling all of our application. Since we are done with that, now the next thing we can do is so now let's make this functional. First of all, let's add this login functionality, right? First of all, let's work this. I hope you're done with everything, right? You're done with everything, correct? Great. So now let's add login functionality. So let's go to our home. Okay, let's do this. Whenever you clicks on home, he gets redirected to /. So inside of a sidebar, where we have a sidebar, so here whenever the user clicks on this, just say const which one is this one, right? Yeah, home const handle click equals to history dot push to /. Now let's also call our history. So const history equals to use history, auto import this from React router, and then it should be inside of a string this way, and then here we just say on click to handle click, right? Save that, and this works also. Great. So now let's add first of all login functionality, right? So to do that, go back to your application. Now inside of your application, you can close all of this. Inside of components, go to your header.js. So now inside of our header.js, first of all, if we go back, so first of all you're gonna have an so this is kind of a popover, right? If you go back to your application, so this is kind of a popover. So all of this nice animation, like the making it position, all of these things are done by Material UI. So Material have already formatted, has already created this. Only thing we need to do is just need to create the content inside of here, right? So to do that, first of all, we are gonna have an after our avatar, we're gonna have a popover. It doesn't matter, you can have your popover anywhere because it just appears on top of everything. It doesn't matter. So here first, and here then we give an anchor origin equals to, now here it accepts an it accepts some object. So here we're gonna have an So it's basically the anchor origin where it's going to originate from. So it's vertical, so we are going to give a vertical of bottom and then horizontal of center like this. Then we are going to have a transform origin in which we are going to say vertical of top, right? So now popover also accepts some properties. If we just say hello for now, so here first of all I'll just grab this. So now open, now I'll explain you what is this. So first of all, like guys, this is what these are directly copied from Material UI. These are not any formatted code that I've written. This is the exact thing which I got from Material UI and copy pasted it, right? It doesn't matter. So here now what I'll explain you what is this, don't worry. So here just copy all of this and paste over here. So explain, let me just do this for now and then I'll explain you what is happening, right? Then we are going to have some view styles here. Material UI needs some styles, we'll do that also. And then we have our handle click, then and then also on our handle, then inside of our avatar to our avatar, here we are going to say on click to handle click, that's it, right? So these styles we'll use those later. We can actually remove this for now. We can remove these, right? So save that, yeah, save that. And now if we click on our if I click on this thing, we see this, right? So now let's see how this thing works. So first of all, this is a popover which accepts an open which is of true or false. It basically, like, if it is true, now it will if it is true, then it will show that, and in case it is false, it won't show that, right? So ID over here, ID is either the simple popover. If it is open, then it will give an ID of simple popover, or else it would be undefined, right? So whenever, only if it is open, then only it's gonna give the style to our popover, right? So, then only it's gonna add this ID. So you can also use this for styling it, right? Another thing over here is key, now here on close of handle close. So basically this is for if you click on this, then if you click on outside also, then it's gonna close it. So how to close it? It should be now it will only close if this changes to false, or anchor EL, right? So if this changes, then only it's gonna do that, right? So like basically what it's doing, it will set that to null. So it will now here it will check if it is open, it will find it the open to be null, then it will give an undefined, and open will be also set to false, and then we are gonna and then it will also close. So anchor EL. So now this is the main thing. And what is anchor EL? Let's console log what is anchor EL, right? So there will be always two values instead of an anchor EL. Now if I inspect it, and then I'll just click on this and I'll show you what appears up. As you can see, first of all, we had a null when the application opened, and then I clicked on this. When I clicked on my avatar, it gave me this. This is the exact code for this thing, the HTML code for our avatar, right? It basically is the code for the div on which you are giving an on click. So the way this works is key. So here it will, now as you can see, on click we have an event.current target. So we already have this. So this event has all of these functions, like all of these values. Then we get this value and store into this. So now material, and here we are passing this anchor EL. So now material UI automatically will find this avatar, and it will place it with these anchor origin and transform origin which you have given, right? So I hope whatever told I make some sense, and if it made some sense, hit the like button, right? I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, anyways, so here we can actually remove this also for now. So I hope what I said, this makes sense. Okay, I'll just go through this again. So the only main thing which is going over here is this anchor EL. So the way this works is key. So now whenever you click on this, it will automatically get the div or on the container which you're clicking on. It will get the code for that. It will get the HTML code which you have written for that, and then material will automatically place this beside our avatar, or if you don't want it to be a beside, then you can change the position according to our anchor origin, transform origin, right? I hope that makes some sense. And now let's add, now this thing works. So now only thing you need to do is write some HTML and then some CSS that will make this kind of a look, right? So go back to your header, and then so inside of here, first of all, so here we are gonna have a div of home underscore pop over container, right? And then inside of here we are gonna have another div of home underscore pop over underscore top, and then inside of here we are gonna have a badge. So badge, this is the material UI this thing, and then here we are gonna have an overlap of circle, and then we give an anchor origin of vertical of bottom and horizontal of right. One second. So you'll give this anchor origin of vertical of top and horizontal of right, and then the badge content, basically where do you want the badge to be, whose badge it should be, right? What should be inside of that badge. So here we're gonna have a div of home, div of class name of home underscore badge, and inside of that, first of all close this div, and then inside of here we are gonna have a camera button, camera outline, camera alternative outline, and then we're gonna give a class name of home underscore camera, right? Close this, self close this, and also just close this, and then inside of here we'll have an avatar. So avatar, and then we'll give a class name of home underscore so we can give this header underscore avatar, header underscore avatar, right? So now let's auto import this badge from material UI, and if you save this, we should see something else appears up. As you can see, we see this. Okay, so guys, so let's give some styles to it. So go back to your styles.css. Inside of your styles.css, to your home underscore and to your pop over, just add these styles, so it will just increase the width there. Home underscore pop, this is the class name given to material. As you can see, the width gets increased. Refresh, so it will get automatically aligned, right? As you can see in this. So now the way this was working is, so first of all, inside of header, badge overlaps of circle, basically it will give an circle kind of an overlap, and then so this is the way material web works. So the anchor origin basically means it should be at vertically, it should be bottom, at vertically it should be bottom, and horizontally it should be aligned at the right. And then the what do you want of the badge? Like, do you want to have an circle, or you want to have a camera button, like anything you want. For example, hello also, that will an h1 tag, or anything you want that you put inside of here, and whose badge it should be. Like, this is the badge, the camera is badge of this avatar, right? So now you give this as a children of whosoever you want it to be a badge, right? So now this I hope it makes some sense. So here we're gonna give another class name of which will say home underscore text, and then here we're gonna have an home underscore display name, and then inside of here we're gonna have the name which you want. So for example, in our case, Pulkit Gupta, and so save this so that it's properly formatted. And then here we're gonna have an home underscore mail, home underscore mail. So this is the same thing which I go through in my Gmail clone also. These are I'm going through just again. Then I'll just what I'll do, I'll just add release another video going through our this thing, our login, this popover and our login page, right? Because essentially both the things are same, right? Over there, right? Like the login page for our most of the all of our Google applications gonna be same, that even that is for YouTube or any other application, right? So here go to your so here we're gonna have this, and then outside of text div we are gonna have an home underscore button, to which we are gonna give an manage your we're gonna give in text of home manager Google account, right? And then here outside of this div we are gonna have an home underscore underscore pop over underscore underscore btm, which is bottom. Then inside of here we are gonna have an home underscore underscore add btn button, and then here we are gonna have a person add button, and which is gonna be outlined, and then to which you're gonna give a class name of home underscore underscore add icon, right? And then here we're gonna have a p tag of add another account, right? Save that. And then outside of this div you're gonna have button, or this is the material UI button, which is the basically the sign out button. To this we're gonna give a variant of outlined and a class name of home underscore underscore sign not home underscore underscore sign out, right? And which is gonna just say sign out. And then here we are gonna have an footer, so we're just gonna say home underscore underscore pop over underscore underscore footer. And then inside of here we're gonna have some p tags of privacy policy. I'll just copy this, right? And I'll just bring this up over here, and then I'll just save it. Now we have to obviously style all of this, right? We see this. Now let's change this. Change this into this, right? So let's work on that. So go back to your VS Code. Inside of a styles.css, so this is the some widths we are already getting. So this is if you don't know about this CLC, so this is basically the calculate, in which this will just calculate this 100 view height minus 62 pixels minus 100 pixels, everything same. So to our popover content we're going to display of text, all then flex direction of column, and then to our popover underscore underscore top, again some basic styles. And then to our badge we are gonna give some background color, border range of 50%. So now it looks like somewhat this. Now let's style a camera. So to our camera we are gonna give some box shadows over here. If you don't know how to get this box shadow, there are multiple sites and you can just Google it, and then you can just create your own box shadows. I don't remember the site name. If I get on search of it, which I use for myself, box shadow generator, I think this one. Okay, you can also this one. This is the same thing. You can use this too. Now as you can see, you can just play around with this, whatever width you want, any color. If for example you want red, pink, blue, and then you can just copy this. This is what I do, right? So go back to your application with some padding and all of this. Then now whenever the user hovers on the camera, then we're given blue kind of a color. Go back to your application. As you can see, it looks better. Now also let's increase the size of an avatar. So material already provides us with this. So to do that, what you need to do, one second, let me go back to home. This thing is getting a bit of messy. Why is this looking okay? So I was zoomed out. Okay, I got okay. So I was zoomed out. That's what. Okay, I was just wondering why it is like being like it is getting like this, right? So why is leaving some space? It was because of the zoom, right? Correct. So it's everything's fine now. So here now let's work on that also. So here let's increase this. So what we'll do, guys, these all things I'm just getting from the material UI, so don't worry. This is not anything which is too much like to care of, because right, because this is also not a JS. It is basically an JS class. Until now it's like we are only doing a HTML CSS for now. We'll also move on to JS, don't worry guys, we are just about to move on. So this is the last thing we are styling for now. Okay, we have to style one more thing. Okay, we are left with one more thing. I totally forgot that we have to add upload icons. We have to style all this also, right? So only this is the mainly last thing that we have to style. Then we are gonna move to our JS, don't worry, right? So now let's at least style finish with these styles. So here now this is basically increasing the width of our this thing, our avatar. So what we'll just call this class name. So where we have our avatar, instead of this we can have a class name of classes dot large. So now this will also increase. So, and as you can see, it increased, right? This thing, the size increase. So now to our home underscore text, we are gonna give some again the same the basic styles, and then to our display name we are gonna give a font family of font family of Poppins. Did I included Poppins yet? Okay, I might have not included. Anyways, so here we are gonna have a Poppins, and then home underscore mail, and also you can give a text transform of capitalize, not channel art, not a channel art, capitalize, right? So to our home underscore mail we give some font family of Roboto, and then here to our home underscore button. So here we give some background, then a border radius 100 pixels, color, margin. Adding user select none basically means the user cannot select it like this. For example, if you don't add this, the user cannot like make this like highlight like this, like basically we can select add another account, right? So the user cannot select it. If I remove this, so now user will be able to select this, right? So it is able to select that. So I just remove that. So this is the way you do it in order to disable select. And then to our home underscore button, whenever the user hovers on that, then we will give a background color of a bit of grayish. And then to home underscore pop over bottom, we'll give a display of flex and items column, right? And then to our home underscore add button, we are gonna give a display of flex, align item center, and font family of Poppins this way. And then to our home underscore add button, we are gonna give on hover, we are gonna give a background color of this, and I think I spelled this thing wrong, so I'll just go back there, and where we have a button right here, and then okay I didn't spell it wrong. There's some another issue with it. I'll check this later. And then to our home underscore add icon, we're going to give some margin left and margin right. And to our home underscore sign out, we're going to give some margin top and text transform of capitalize. And then to our footer, we are going to give a display of text, position absolute, bottom of 0 with the 120%, all of those styles. And to each of and the span which is inside of our home underscore pop up footer, we are gonna give a margin of 10 pixels this way, and now everything works. So the reason it was the reason it was at left, which was because of that what do you call this margin. So it was, we have not given any margin there, right? So now I hope this makes some sense. Now let's work on functionality, right? So yeah, so now let's work on functionality. Did we? Yeah, so okay, sorry. Yeah, so now first of all, now what do you want? Okay, let's add login functionality, and then we'll add this. So now let's start some JS. So here header app.js. okay, so we did. So first of all, now what you need to do is, so go to your, first of all go to a firebase. Did I add library? Yeah, so go to your go to Google Chrome, search for firebase.google.com, then come over here, click on go to console, and then here you can add an project. So in my case I'll just add YouTube clone YT, right? I'll just add this, and then you can enable or disable this. I'll disable this in my case. You'll just wait for this, and by the time it happens, what you can do, inside of here create another file, name it lib, rename lib, and then inside of here create another file, name it firebase.js, right? So I hope it's done. Yeah, it's done. So click on continue, then go to your setting, then click on web over here, give any name you want. Okay, this thing stuck. Yeah, so here in my case I'll just name it YouTube clone YT, and then we can do this it doesn't matter right now. We'll do this later, and then we'll just click on register app. Then it will give some credentials, or basically the this thing, config. Then just copy all of this, and before that also just execute, just also add firebase package over here. I'll just say yarn add firebase, or if you are using npm, then npm install firebase. And then inside of a firebase.js, just copy the thing which we just copied, and then he'll just say import firebase from firebase, right? So did I added firebase yet? Did we install firebase earlier? Okay, we didn't. We are doing it right now, right? So now once it is done, we'll just wait for this so that we don't have to write everything. Yeah, okay, let's at least work on this. So here we just fire. So now this will basically initialize our application, and then here we're gonna export const auth equals to firebase.auth. So what this basically means is key now it will allow you to use the authentication features. You'll understand this will make more sense once we actually get into this. And then here we also gonna export const rdb, which will be a firebase.db. so in order to access our database, we'll be using firestore database in our case. We'll just say firebase.firestore. So this is the database which we're gonna use. And then here we're gonna say export const storage. So this is the storage. I'll tell you what is this. And then here we just say equals to firebase dot storage. So basically for the authentication feature, for example, you want to log in the user or log out this user, will just say auth dot login, login with user, and we'll just say this export so like this kind of a thing. So that will automatically do it will now this is basically the way you use an Firebase inside of our application. This is for the authentication features, for example our login, create account, login, sign up or log out. This is for our database stuff, which we'll get into this later. And the storage is for storing our videos or the thumbnails that an user uploads, right? So now we have initialized our application also. Now the thing which you can work upon is our storage, right? So first of all, let's what we'll do, okay, so yeah, so go back to your app.js. Inside of here, let's actually we don't need this watch X over here. I was testing something. That's why I didn't change anything. Don't worry, I didn't change anything, right? So here we have a route, so we can also remove this space over here, and then we can also remove this space, and then we can add and this space over here, and yeah, so now we can differentiate it better now, right? So now here we'll create another route path. We'll just say route path equals to /login equals to, now here we're gonna create a login component, which we'll do soon. So actually this is not we're gonna change this, we gonna not work upon this, we are not gonna do this way, like we'll change this later to render our login or our application. We're gonna change the way we do that. Don't worry, we'll do that later, the way we do that. First of all, now let's create let's first of all style our this thing. So if we just go to login, now we should see h1 of login, right? Great, we see this. So here first of all, this has not to be inside of our div. We'll remove this outside our div so that we don't have this background color of white. Okay, now we don't even see our login for some reason. So here we should have seen that. Okay, now route path, keep it exact. What if we say just exact over here? I don't really see anything. Console, body, route, home. Okay, it's rendering our home, right? Why it's checking our home? . This has to be exact, correct. What is it? At least using inside of our inspect. So inside of our route, okay, we have this home. Okay, so it's getting our home. Where's our home h1? Switch. Okay, it's taking inside. What we'll do, we'll wrap all of this inside over here. We'll just say this. Okay, we see this now. Don't worry guys, this is just temporary way which we are using. We are gonna change this later. The way we do this, the way we render a login or a home is gonna change later on the way. Yeah, so here so what I'm telling to say is ki now for now we are rendering a login page on the slash path, right? We're gonna change that later. As you can see here, just notice guys, the link won't change. When I sign out, the link remains the same. The link doesn't change, right? So here, if you need to do with the React router, you need to change the link, but in our case we won't be doing that, right? So here, let's create another component. We'll name it login, and then inside of here we'll create another file, same thing, login.js, and RAFCE h1 of login. Okay, doesn't matter, spelling doesn't matter. So here we'll just say styles.css, we'll just also login. Okay guys, so this was it for today for this part. So the next part will be coming within the next week, and then the next part will be adding on functionality, basically, and we'll be adding on JS part, right? So this was it for this week's video. So the next video might come after 3 or 4 days, but it will definitely come. It will take 1 week to come. And the next video will be out within a week, most probably in 3 days or so, right? So I'll see you in the next video then.